When my sister said she forgave our father, I called the police. My sister has a restraining order against our father that she filed 8 years ago after finally escaping the house we grew up in. She has sworn at least 100 times that she will never forgive that man for what he did to us, and she has built her entire adult life around staying as far away from him as possible. So when she called me sounding peaceful and said, "I'm finally ready to let go of the anger and make peace with Dad," I did not hear a breakthrough or healing or growth. I heard my sister reading from a script with a gun to her head. I kept my voice steady and tried to keep her talking. "That's really beautiful. Where are you right now?" She paused and said, "I'm at a place that feels like home, somewhere I needed to come back to." My whole body went cold because there was only one place she could mean, and it was the house where our father still lived, the house where everything happened to us. "I'm so proud of you," I said. "I'll call you right back." I hung up and immediately called her husband. "Is she home?" He sounded confused. "No, she left a few hours ago." "Why, what's going on?" I didn't answer him because I was already running to my car with my keys in my hand. I called 911 while doing 85 on the highway. "My sister has a restraining order against our father, and I believe he's holding her hostage," I said, and I gave her the address. "Ma'am, I need you to stay calm and wait for officers to arrive on scene." I gripped the steering wheel so hard my knuckles went white. My father broke my sister's arm in 2 places when she was 12 because she forgot to wash a dish. He held her head underwater in the bathtub when she was 9 because she talked back at dinner. He threw her down a flight of stairs when she was 7 and told the hospital she fell off her bike. I am not waiting for anyone. I hung up and pushed the car past 90. I tried calling my sister back, but it went straight to voicemail. I called again and got the same thing. I did something I swore I would never do and called my father's phone. It rang and nobody picked up. That man has not left his house in 15 years, and he always answers his phone because he has nothing else to do with his miserable life. I kept seeing my sister's face the day she finally got out of that house, the way she grabbed my hands and made me promise that she would never have to go back. I made it to the neighborhood in 11 minutes and turned onto the street where we grew up. The old man who lives across from my father was standing on his porch staring at the house with his phone in his hand. He saw me pull up and started walking toward my car before I even cut the engine. "I heard screaming about 10 minutes ago," he said. "I was about to call the cops. My sister was in there and he was hurting her." I grabbed the tire iron from my trunk and ran up the porch steps. The front door was cracked open. I put my hand on the wood and heard my sister's voice from inside, calm and steady like she was reading a bedtime story. I couldn't make out the words, but something about the tone made my skin crawl. Then I heard a man scream. I pushed the door open and stepped into the living room where we used to hide behind the couch when we heard his truck pull into the driveway. Our father was duct taped to a wooden chair in the center of the room with blood running down his face and one of his eyes swollen completely shut. My sister was standing beside him holding a kitchen knife to his throat, and when she saw me, her whole face lit up like I had just walked into her surprise party. "You came!" She was crying, but she was smiling too, and her voice cracked when she said, "I didn't think anyone would come." The tire iron slipped out of my hand and clattered against the floor. My sister looked down at our father and then back at me with tears streaming down her face. "I'm finally doing it. I'm finally healing. Aren't you proud of me?" I couldn't speak. She pressed the blade harder against his neck, and he screamed through the tape, "Why aren't you saying anything?" Her voice got smaller. "I thought you'd understand. I thought you'd want to be here for this." I took a step toward her and she flinched back, confused, hurt. "Why do you look scared?" "It's just me." I glanced at the tire iron on the floor. "I'm not scared," I said. "I want to be here. I want to see." Her face softened and she reached her free hand toward me. "Come closer then." I dove for the tire iron and swung it into her wrist so hard I heard something crack, and the knife clattered to the floor just as red and blue lights started flashing through the windows.